while, all I do is sit and cry.
I can feel it taking hold of me, and there's no way I'm breaking free. Release me from the spell I'm under before my soul is torn asunder. Can you save me now from this tragic fate, or is it too late? Is it too late? Release me from the spell I'm under before my soul is torn asunder. Save me now from this tragic fate, or is it too late? Is it too late? So late. Too late for me.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Hello and welcome to Man Law. I'm your host, Judge Man. You have been read your rights. I have read your complaints and your emails. The first case up on the docket today comes from Bradley, who lives in Farmington Hills, Michigan. First off, Bradley, drop the Lee at the end. You're a man. Call yourself Brad. Anyway, Bradley writes, "Hey, Judge Man, my wife has a big problem. She turns on every light in the house. How can I get her to stop doing this as our electric bill is skyrocketing?" Well, Bradley, this is what I recommend. The next time that you have a special event coming up, like Valentine's Day, get her a box of chocolates. Get her a nice card, but instead of the card, kind of sneak in the electric bill. Maybe then she'll get the hint. If that don't work, switch from breakers back to the old fuse method, and then take them with you when you go to work. And now today's list of things that real men just don't do. Number 1, real men don't do ballet. They don't do ballet. Real men don't dance at all. Number 2, real men don't watch ballet. Real men don't watch ballet. Number 3, real men don't cry. We hold it in until it kills us. And the last one on today's list, real men don't match their underwear to anything. Because no matter what's happening to you, if you're in your underwear, I don't think you care if your socks match your boxers. This has been Judge Man with Man Law.
Resistance is futile. Probing is not allowed. Call into the show live at 313-444-8919. That's 313-444-8919. Or hang out in the chat room at alienxradio.com. You have been beamed aboard, and you are now inside the mothership with Alien Stone.
Yeah, I know it says call into the show live, but don't call into the show live. Okay, don't do it. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because I won't be able to answer the phone. I won't be able to call you. You know why? You know why? I'll tell you why. Because Microsoft decided in its infinite wisdom that they weren't going to support Skype anymore. And that was how you called us, was Skype. I had a Skype number. Yeah, they said, well, you can use Teams now. What the freak is Teams? Okay, I never used Teams. I don't know anything about Teams. I don't want to use Teams. I don't want to switch everything all up. It was working just fine. I had no problems with Skype. Did you hear anybody out there complaining about Skype? That they wanted to use something else? No. So once again, it benefited Microsoft. It benefited executives at Microsoft and some other probably backroom scumbag little deal to help some programming company somewhere while screwing over another one. Most likely. That seems to be how it's done all the time. You know what I mean? Am I hearing noise in the background here somewhere? Close that window. Maybe it was playing the radio station on a window in the back. We don't want to do that. You definitely don't want to hear two of me. Ha. Well, as I said, we've got stuff coming up on the show. We got an episode of a double episode of Just a Few Questions coming up. A part 1 and a part 2 called The Greatest American Zeros, part 1 and part 2. That coming up, more music for the Vajir holes as well. Ah, man. Yeah, they just pulled the rug right out from underneath our feet there with the Skype thing. We're not using it anymore. Sorry. We don't like it. The whole website for the radio station, too, built on a platform made by Microsoft that they no longer support that program that I used to make the whole website. And now that I've switched servers over, the website isn't working right now because I can't go in and adjust it or change anything because the editing software I used to do that with is no longer supported. And I'm sorry, I don't have time to learn coding. I don't have time for that, okay? I have another job. I have this. I have things I do. Like I sleep. Yeah, there's stuff, gets in the way. And the whiter this beard gets, the more stuff gets in the way. Like ankles, knees, back, hip, heart, lungs, all kinds of stuff going. It's all crapping out. This stuff's no longer under warranty either. It isn't. None of that. Anyway, folks. So, let's go ahead and get to this, okay? Once again, for the 6th year in a row, Liam and Olivia happen to be the number 1, 2 baby names. You know what, though? Nobody cares. Why do we keep track of pointless statistics? Like, they know that this is the 6th year in a row that the number 1 and the number 2 baby names, well, I guess it would be the number 1 girl name and the number 1 boy name. It's Olivia and Liam. Like, really? We need to keep track of that kind of stuff? I thought it was bad enough, like in baseball. It's like, oh, how many times did this pitcher strike someone out? And they'll be like, oh, this number of times. That's the way it should be, right? But no. How many times did this pitcher strike somebody out? Oh, well, it depends. On a Tuesday, on a Monday, when it was raining, in August? When are you talking about? All time? Okay, well, that includes when he was in high school. No! When the statistics aren't enough, you just come up with a statistic about a statistic. Another version, another branch of, just add some stuff in there. Speaking of new names, there's this guy in the Catholic Church who's got a new name, folks. That's right. Snoop Dogg was not there. That smoke coming out of the thing was not him. He was not getting high at the Vatican, okay? The new Pope, Pope Leo the 14th. They tried to tell him, no, you can't be Leo because that would be the 13th and it's unlucky. And then he Googled that shit. That's right. He's from America. That's the way you solve things. You don't go into the library and spend 27 hours going through ancient books with dust all over them. No, you're American. You Google that shit. So he's now the 14th one. And it's from Chicago. Okay, remember back in the day when the Pope got shot at? Don't try that with the Chicago Pope. He will shoot back. Just telling you, man. He'll be behind the glass, eating a big old piece of deep dish pizza. Googling that shit. That's right. Anyway, folks, I think it's time to take a short break. Pause in the action for station identification. A moment to introduce you to our sponsors that we don't have any of. And when we come back, it's time for the Greatest American Zeros. Just a few questions on Inside the Mothership. Alien X Radio, UG Media.
When you need the absolute fastest high-speed internet for your home or business but need to stay on your budget, then you need to give AlienCast a try. AlienCast high-speed fiber optic dial-up features ultra-fast dial-up speeds for way less than that fancy schmancy DSL or cable internet. Plus, AlienCast has all the great features you've come to expect from dial-up service, such as plugging your landline into your computer, installing an archaic phone modem card, and not having to mess with all that Wi-Fi nonsense, all for a fraction of the cost of internet that's way too fast for most people anyway. Call 188-GO-ALIEN to get AlienCast high-speed dial-up in your home today. AlienCast. Out of this world internet, down to earth prices.
Tattoos. Whether you've collected 1, 2, 20 or more, you have spent a lot of money getting ink. Well, what happens when you die? The meat the art is on shrivels and turns to dust. Save that artwork, you inked elder, with the help of the Dead Art Recovery Center. Our specialists will surgically chainsaw that skin doodle from your bloated, rotting, tat-ridden corpse and preserve it for future generations. Your great-grandchildren will marvel at your preserved little butterfly, barbed wire, broken heart tattoo. But hey, you were young and the tattoo artist was a bit of a dick. So instead of something deep, you got a tattoo in Cantonese that roughly translates to mad diarrhea. Anyway, whatever your tattoo says, shows, or shames, the Dead Art Recovery Center is here preserving that bad decision for centuries to come.
Oh, honey, what a wonderful surprise. A dozen roses and chocolates, a candlelit dinner, and now champagne and strawberries by the fire. You're so romantic.
What do you say we get a little closer?
Igor? That's right, Igor here with the final ingredient for love.
Igor's lube?
Nothing gets things moving and grooving like my lube, and it prevents chafing.
Thanks, Igor.
And don't forget, Igor's lube now comes in cherry, mint, and salmon flavor.
Igor's lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Let me ask you this. Do you have a problem with animals constantly running out in front of your vehicle?
Yeah, little kids too.
Well, put away the water hose and disinfectant for good, because the humane people at Canine Killers have a solution for you. It's called the Bumper Bib. Bumper Bib protects your vehicle from unsightly scratches and blood splatter resulting from high-velocity impacts with small, fuzzy creatures. Bumper Bib. Pick up a case today.
Back when I was a kid, life was going swell. Till something happened. Blew everything to hell. That night my daddy stumbled in, all pale and weak. Said a woman up the block just gave birth to a geek. Mom said, sell it to the circus. What the heck? Dad said, nope, this one's a pencil neck. And if there's one thing lower than a sideshow freak, it's a gritty, scum-sucking pencil neck geek. You see, if you take a pencil that won't hold lead, it looks like a pipe cleaner attached to a head. Add a buggy whip body with a brain that leaks. You got yourself a grit-eating pencil neck geek. Pencil neck geek, grit-eating freak, scum-sucking pea-head with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut, losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Pencil neck geek. Soon the geeks were popping up all over town. You couldn't hardly sneeze without knocking one down. After a nice juicy steak, if you need a toothpick, just reach for a geek. They'll do the trick. One One day we cut one up for fish bait. Learned our lesson just a little bit late. Soon as the geek hit the drink, the water turned red. Next day, sure enough, all the fish were dead. Pencil neck geek, gritty freak, scum-sucking peahead with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-good losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Any night, you know where I can be found? Yeah, stomping some geek's head into the ground. So keep the faith, cause in Blassie you can trust. I won't give up till the last geek bites the dust. Pencil neck geek, pretty freak, scum-sucking peahead with a lousy physique. He's a one-man, no-gut losing streak. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. They say these geeks come a dime a dozen. I'm looking for the guy who's supplying the dimes. It's gonna be real hard times for all of these gritty, scum-sucking, boot-licking, drop-kicking, gut-grinding, nail-biting, glue-sniffing, scab-picking, butt-scratching, egg-hatching, sleazy, smelly, pepper-bellied, dirty, lousy, rotten, stinking freaks. Nothing but a pencil neck geek. Pencil neck geek.
You guys jam. You have been beamed aboard, and you are now inside the mothership with Alien Stone. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the show, just shoot us an email and tell us why you should be inside the mothership. Send it to alienstone at alienxradio.com. Out of this world entertainment is now in your face from outer space.
When you call, they actually answer the phone and talk to you.
To answer just a few questions.
All right, everybody. Well, once again, it is that time. It's time to answer just a few questions. And as always, just a few questions being brought to you by Igor's Lube. Look for and like Igor's Lube on Facebook or at www.igorslube.com. What was the new product we just invented a little while ago? Oh, Igor's...
Click Grit.
Yeah, Igor's...
No, that was already
personal grooming sandpaper kit.
Yes.
Oh, you've tamed it down. I'm disappointed.
From the man's heavy grit all the way down to the female's ultra fine click grit.
Yes.
The Slickery series. Patent pending. It is time now for just a few questions. Are you folks ready? Are you stretched out?
Stretched out, yes. Ready? No.
I gotcha. All right, so here we go.
Question number one.
Question number one. You and your buddy, it's going to be you and Mad Martin,
my buddy,
have been wandering in the desert all day long, locating and documenting all the common and rare species of cactus.
The cacti.
It's research for an article that you are working on for the Journal of Sharp and Pokey Plant Life. You will be logging and comparing the flowering buds, colors, and level of ouchiness they create with their when poked by their hateful little skin tags. You knew this would be a long trip, so you prepared. As it's getting late, you decide to set up camp for the night. You erect a tent, set up a perimeter, and start a fire. After filling up on the traditional camping food, franks and beans with truffles and a nice Chianti sauce, you turn in for the night. In the middle of the night, you wake up to a strange humming sound.
It would be the first time.
Just then, the tent lights up with a green glow. You rush out of the tent in your SpongeBob pajamas to see an alien spacecraft hovering above you. Another blinding flash of light, and you are now inside the mothership. You are standing in front of a panel of aliens. One steps forward with two glowing balls. He also is carrying something in his hands. He sets the object on the ground at your feet and returns to his place on the panel. The object opens, revealing two odd-looking outfits. You are then spoken to telepathically. You hear the message in the first voice you think of. So whose voice are you hearing? Is it A, Jar Jar Binks from Star Wars? B, Kripke from The Big Bang Theory? C, Gonzo from The Muppets? Or D, what was the first voice you thought of? D, how are the aliens speaking to you in your brain? With whose voice? The first voice you thought of, or one of those.
Well, now that you're making me think of voices, I was going to go with the Gonzo one. Okay, but now you're making me think of the voices. So I got to go with Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking. I almost put him on the list.
You almost did?
I almost put him on the list because that was great. Okay, so you go with Stephen Hawking.
I got to go with Stephen Hawking.
All right, you got it.
Oh, no, wait. I'm going back. Nope. I revoke that one. I'm going with Max Headroom.
Max Headroom.
Yes.
Is it voice in your head?
Yes.
Sir Martin of Mad. Is it Jar Jar Binks, Kripke, Gonzo, or someone else?
I've got an idea, but I need to ask you, what was in the chili last night that makes you come up with this?
Yeah. It was a lot of deliciousness in the chili. I'm just saying, that was good.
Yeah. Was there any shrooms in there by any chance?
No. There were no fun shrooms. No.
I'm going to go with Gonzo, because I like Gonzo. He's a bit weird.
All right, Gonzo. So Gonzo is the voice in your head. And in your head was...
Max Headroom.
Max Headroom. All right, so the aliens now you got to hear this while I'm telling you. You got to hear this in your voice, and that's the voice that you're hearing in your head. The aliens tell you that they have been watching your planet for hundreds of years. and the Interstellar Supreme Advisory Committee on Universal Alien Interactions and Threat Assessment has determined that your planet will be destroyed and replaced with an intergalactic Starbucks, Dipping Dots, and Banana Republic if you do not correct the course of humanity. You will be given these two ability-enhancing suits and charged with the task of righting these wrongs. If you fail, your planet will become a place for space Karens to complain about their less-than-perfect lattes. First, who gets which suit? So you guys get to decide amongst yourself who gets which suit. Here are the two suits that are in this container in front of you to choose from. The first one is a green vinyl leisure suit with orange lapels and a monocle. The second suit is a yellow spandex unitard with feathered Elton John glasses.
Oh, that one's Martin all the way. I'll wear the green leisure suit.
Do you concur?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I totally, as soon as I said that out loud, I pictured you wearing the glasses. the Elton John glasses.
Also, for the record, no matter what happens, that I will make sure the Earth is destroyed because it's too far gone. It's too far gone as long as we're all right.
Hey, at some point, a car is totaled. You know what I mean? At some point.
That is it. I will make sure that this actually happens and the donut thing is in creation.
All right, so we're going on to...
Question number 2.
Question number 2.
That was question number 1? That was it?
That was question number 1. We're just getting started on this.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
So far, you got there?
I'm
you
dressed.
heard the aliens in your head?
And I'm dressed.
You got your ability enhancement suit.
Okay.
So, question number 2 goes like this. Just as you get ready to respectfully decline, because this sounds like something you don't want to do, you are zapped back to Earth's surface, and the ship speeds on out of sight into a cloud-covered night sky, leaving behind exhaust fumes that smell like cheese and hairspray.
My favorite.
You also look down and see that you are already wearing your suits. You quickly try to take them off and find that you can't remove the suits. You feel a bit of vibration in your pocket, so you reach in to retrieve a device resembling a smell phone. Resembling a cell phone or a small tablet. The screen lights up and a prompt comes on. It says, Welcome to the Ability Enhancement Suit Instructional Manual. Would you like to register this product online or by mail, or skip this step? So you skip that step, just like everybody always does.
Does it come with insurance?
Right. So you skip forward, of course. The next prompt asks you, what language would you like to continue in? English, Spanish, Russian, or the verbal tones and clicking of the Glockarian Ministry? After selecting English, it announces, okay, switching to the verbal tones and clicking of the Glockarian Ministry. For this moment on, you can't understand anything and can't get it to switch back. And as in every piece of software known to man, the help tab is useless. So, what do you do first? A, Google search an Ability Enhancement Suit Instructional Manual in English, or maybe a YouTube video with demonstrations. B, sign up for Rosetta Stone and see if it offers a course in the Glockarian Ministry's language and all 17 dialects. C, immediately begin trying to figure out how are you going to go to the bathroom in this thing? Or D, play rock, paper, scissors to see who is going to jump off a cliff first to see if they can fly. And this time around, Sir Martin of Mad, you go first.
Wow. I think C would be the more practical and the logical way of thinking, but I'm probably going with D.
You're going to go with D. You're going to play rock, paper, scissors to see who's going to jump off the cliff first, see who can fly.
Yeah, why not?
All right, okay. All right, so, unit of D.
I want to know who's going to fly, too.
You want to know who's going to... Oh, by the way... I know I just said by the way, but there is a new segment, a new thing here called, oh, by the way... And that will usually come up after you make an answer. Okay?
Okay.
So there is also a wild card on this one that I forgot to mention. So.
Oh. So then I'm going to go with the wild card.
You're going to go with the wild card answer. Okay. So, Mad Martin is going to jump off the cliff.
I hope he can fly.
I hope he can too.
Second I got way too many people.
I believe I can fly.
But here's what the wild card answer is. Play rock, paper, scissors to see who will kick who in the nuts to see if it still hurts. So you're either jumping off a cliff or kicking each other in the nuts to find out how it works. And oh, by the way, Glockarians don't urinate or defecate. They excrete waste from a gill-like slit in the back of their neck. So the suit's zipper and its instructions have been removed. Sorry.
That's awkward. Things are going to get real messy real quick.
Real quick, we have to figure that out. Bringing us to...
Question number 3.
Question number 3. Question number 3 goes like this. Okay. Now you have figured out that it's hand gestures that control the suit's abilities. You have stumbled across the controls for flight and speed running. Oh, I forgot something at the end there.
You did.
I did. I have to back up to...
Question number 2.
Question number 2. You know I got the power to turn back time. The bonus question that I forgot before I got to the... Oh, by the way, is after your first round of rock, paper, scissors, one of you shoots up into the sky and the other starts running at 100 miles per hour. Who was paper and who was scissors?
I was too busy recovering for being kicked in the Ging Gangs.
Somebody was paper and somebody was scissors.
I was scissors.
You were scissors, so you're running at 100 miles per hour, and Sir Martin of Mad is flying.
Perfect.
So you figured out that if you do 1, 2, 3 paper, you can fly, and you 1, 2, 3 scissors, you could run really fast. Okay? And then the oh, by the way moment. And then we go to...
Question number number 3.
Question number 3. Now it makes sense when I say, oh, now you have figured out that it's hand gestures that can control the suit's abilities. You have stumbled across the controls for flight and speed running. Now it's time to start experimenting. If the aliens have been watching us for so many years, they may have designed the control gestures to mirror the ones humans use on Earth. With this new theory in place, here are the hand gestures you will be experimenting with. Okay, and then you're going to have to come up with what you think those hand gestures will make the suit do. So, we know...
I know, right?
We know paper is flight. We know scissors is speed running. So, is rock a burst of super strength or forces someone to start vigorously masturbating?
I'm going to go with B.
So the bad guy's ready to like shoot a bunch of hostages and you just go rock in front of him and he just drops the gun and starts...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
What say you, D Unit?
I said I don't want to play no more.
Wait a minute, you know what? There's so many of them, I'm going to let him answer the rock one. I'll go to the next one for you and we'll go back and forth.
Cool.
So you, what will the peace symbol do? If you hold up the peace symbol, does it A, remove aggressiveness from someone, or pokes out someone's eyes Three Stooges style?
Oh, definitely poke somebody's eyes out, Three Stooges style.
And goes, woo, 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 woo. Now, what's going Oh, anyway. Look at these fingers. His eyes are on his head. Sir Martin of Mad. What would it control if you put thumbs up? Will it levitate objects? Or mind control? What? Levitates objects? Okay, so it levitates objects. Or it mind controls your sex partner into upgrading from a 69 to a 71.
Definitely B.
Mind control. Love it, love it. So unit of D. The talk to the hand. When you put up the talk to the hand thing, that symbol, does it place a force field in front of you? Or does it filter out unwanted verbal diarrhea and trash talk? So he starts going blah blah, and you just go and it goes wah 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 wah. That's all you hear.
I feel like the force field would be beneficial to both, like keeping them away and keeping them from talking. So I'm gonna go with the force field.
You're gonna go with the force field.
Yeah.
All right.
Blah blah blah. Because then you can just. I don't know. Is there an earmuff gesture?
Yeah, that's something else.
Right, exactly. Does it keep you from?
so you're gonna do the force field.
I'm doing the force field.
All right, so you can at least keep them away from me, even if you can still hear them. At least they can't get near you. So, Sir Martin of Mad, you're gonna love this one, sir. The metal horns. If you put up the metal horns, does it A, blinds a person's... What did I write here?
I told you, it's a
To their sides.
Oh,
it's not blinds. There's the wrong letter there. It binds a person's arms to their sides with an unseen force. So, like, their arms go to their side and they're trapped. Or it causes uncontrollable headbanging until they black out or their neck breaks.
I'm very disappointed that Dio doesn't come out from a storm and rainbow and just throw a lightning bolt at their nutsack. But I will go with B.
Go with B. So basically, you put it at them like that, they start headbanging, right? And the longer you hold it there, they get crazier. So you can do it till they pass out, or you keep doing it until they break their damn neck.
The head falls off, man.
Wow. All right, sir. The unit. Directional pointing. Like just pointing.
Okay.
Instantly teleports you to the location you are pointing at, or get everyone to willingly pull your finger.
Come on, B. Don't let the side down.
As soon as you put your finger out, everybody's like, okay, immediately. Sure. Or you point to the corner and bam, you're in the corner.
I want to go with the pointing to the corner, bam, I'm in the corner.
That's kind of a cool idea. You know what I'm saying?
That I'm thinking, whole, social distancing thing. I don't want many people touching it.
And could you point at a picture of, like, the Bahamas?
Right.
That'd be cool. Unless you, like, get in the picture then. That'd be sucking.
That would... Right?
Sir Martin of Mad, this one's yours. The Spock symbol. Doing that Spock symbol. It turns bullies into nerds. Or it just annoys people that can't do that without using their other hand to pull their fingers together and do it manually. Yeah. Which one? Turns bullies into nerds or just annoys people that can't do it themselves?
Normally it would do that does that anyway, so I'm going to go with turning bullies into nerds.
Cool, that's boom. And they become a nerd. And finally, nerds. And finally, the unit, the middle finger. Make someone realize the absurdity of their own ideas and actions, or makes everyone else aware of that person's absurd ideas and actions.
Ooh. Makes everybody else.
Yes, sir. I like that. I like that thought process there.
Now, everybody knows you're an arsehole.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. And there's a bonus question.
A boner question. What?
What would be the reaction to you deploying the shocker? Is it A, a lifelong companion? B, a slap in the face? C, a sexual assault charge? Or D, smelly fingers? Sir Martin of Bad, you go first.
Oh, man.
The shocker.
Oh, wow. Can I say that again, please?
What would be the reaction from your suit? Remember hand gestures. If you deployed the shocker,
The shocker, yeah.
Okay, would you get a lifelong companion, a slap in the face, a sexual assault charge, or smelly fingers?
All of the above.
I had not thought of all of the above, but you can do that. You get all of the above.
How about just the smelly fingers?
Just the smelly fingers. So you just do that like that, and immediately you smell like that. So you just depending I guess two-tone smell. Yeah, gotcha.
It's like Neapolitan.
Two-tone smell.
Now, folks.
Sweet and sour.
Before we get to lightning strikes, this is that thing I said I'm going to do something I've never done before. Listen to this. Will planet Earth be turned into a mini-mall space station? Will our heroes save us from ourselves? And will they ever figure out how to go to the bathroom? Tune in next week for the exciting conclusion of The Greatest American Zeros. There's a part 2, folks. You're just now ready to start your mission.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
wow.
Are we going to have to remember our answers?
I'll remember your answers.
Well, where's the fun of that?
Maybe we'll play part 1.
Notes.
We'll play part 1 and then go into doing part 2 live.
Okay.
Now that brings us to lightning strikes. What was Ralph's last name on The Greatest American Hero? He was the main character on The Greatest American Hero. His name was Ralph what? Either of you.
I got nothing.
No idea. I have no knowledge of this show at all.
His name was Ralph Hinckley. Number 2. Is this... If this character's first name was John, what former American president might he try to assassinate?
Would it be Kennedy?
Wrong. John Hinckley tried to kill President Reagan. And during the show, his name was Ralph Hinckley. Then John Hinckley tried to assassinate Reagan. And then in all of the replays of that show, they made airplanes go over and stuff whenever they said his name on the show, so you couldn't hear the name Hinckley anymore on the show. Little piece of trivia for you. Number 3. What does William Catt and Ronald Reagan have in common? I'll give you one hint. What does William Catt and Ronald Reagan have in common?
They're both shot.
Do you know who William Catt is?
No.
Okay, that's the hint I'm going to give you. William Catt played the part of Ralph Hinckley as the greatest American hero.
They're both actors.
Yes, they're both actors. Good job, good job. Number 4. Superman is faster than a locomotive, but who is best known for running? Superman is faster than a locomotive, but who is best known for running?
The Flash?
It'll be the Flash if you're going on about DC comic characters.
I really should have given you the choices, but you are correct with the Flash. Your choices were the Flash or France. Same thing as running.
I was also going to say the $6 Million Man.
Oh, yeah. I'd have had to accept that. I'd have had to accept it. Number 5. The Greatest American Hero was one of the first TV shows to push the FCC censors with what word?
Ass.
You say ass? What did you say, Mad Martin?
I don't know. I have no idea of this show.
Believe it or not, the show is so old that they were pushing the envelope with damn.
Really?
Television still at that point wasn't even using damn. Every time he would crash land, he would be off camera and you'd hear him go, damn, and stand back up. It was like the first time.
I'm going to play the British card here and go, huh?
Huh? No. Number 6. On what type of... What? On what type of... Oh, what type of criminal... Now, let me say this again, because it is correct the way I'm saying it. On what type of criminal would Wonder Woman's lasso of truth be best used? On what type of criminal would Wonder Woman's lasso of truth be best used?
Spy?
Oh, wow.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Some alternative mad.
So many? I don't know. Don't know.
The answer I chose was politician.
Oh, very good.
Politician.
Politician, spy, same thing. Same thing.
Same thing. Number 7. True or false? Batman conveniently stores his supply of shark repellent bat spray on board the Batcopter.
True.
That is absolutely true. It's right next to the Stingray repellent, and he's got a couple other repellents all there. Nice big giant cans. They look like Aquanet, but then they have the other thing on there.
Aquanet.
And then they got red on.
Yep.
Yeah. So, number 8. Cape or no cape?
Oh, no cape.
I gotta go with cape, man.
Oh, I got no cape and cape. If you ever watch The Incredibles, you know. No capes.
No cape, darling. It gets caught up and everything.
It sucks so many superheroes into turbines and stuff, man. It gets in their way. They can't see. The cape gets in their face.
They all have one.
Capes are bad. Nope, not The Incredibles.
Greatest American Hero had one.
Yeah, and look, he crashed all over the place. And his cape was short, too. His
I
cape
mean,
didn't
even
go past
Evil
the middle.
Knievel had a cape, bro.
And his didn't even go past the middle of his back.
And you had Batman had one.
Uh-huh.
Robin had one.
Mm-hmm.
And Superman has one.
Uh-huh.
And
You're naming all the ones that still live. I mean, all the other ones that you can't name off, they're all dead because they got sucked into turbines because of their capes.
Well, who are those?
Exactly, they're dead. We don't know who they are. Bring you to number 9. In order to be considered a supervillain, can one simply do things in a dastardly manner? Or does it also require them to be diabolical?
Oh, gotta be diabolical.
Oh, always has to be diabolical.
Absolutely. You can't just be a douche. You gotta be clever and evil and a douche. So yeah, you gotta be diabolically dastardly to be a supervillain. And finally, number 10, what is a bigger mystery? How to go to the bathroom in your suits? Or how to use the 3 seashells from the movie Demolition Man?
3 seashells.
I've never seen the movie, so I'll go with the seashells.
I have no idea what the hell they're talking about, but I know how to pee my pants.
Exactly.
Okay. And that has been just a few questions.
Oh, man.
Yes! Just a few questions. Straight out of the warped, sick mind of Alien Stone. Just dribbling out the verbal diarrhea. Anyway, that segment went on for so many years. It was awesome. It's had so many episodes. I am thinking, folks, of turning it into a big old fat book. That's right. Turn them into just stories. Include all the answers in the stories. Yeah. I think that'd be awesome. What do you think? Just a few questions, the book. Just a few questions, the novel. What do you want to call it? It's a coffee table book. No. It's a bathroom throne book. That's what it is, yes. Put it on the back of your toilet. You read it while you're dropping a deuce instead of using your phone. Save your battery. Save your battery and just read just a few questions while you drop the kids off at the pool. That's all I'm saying. Short break. Pause the action for station identification. We'll be back after this with more music for your Vajir holes, as well as part 2 of the Greatest American Zeros. Just a few questions on Inside the Mothership, Alien X Radio, UG Media.
Employment, family, love, and relationships. What does your future hold for you? We'll call the only psychic line that employs real psychics, not phonies. I mean people who really can see your future. The Intergalactic Psychic Family has all the answers. They have a complete staff of intergalactic aliens who have psychic and telepathic powers. Put your mind at ease. Call today and receive an autographed picture of Bill Clinton shaking hands with Kronk, the Intergalactic Psychic Family's president. And remember, he's not only the ISF president, he's also a client. Call today at 1-900-935-5543. That's 1-900-935-5543. Just $35,000 for the first minute and your life savings each additional minute. So call today. That's 1-900-935-5543.
Donna, is that a bottle of Igor's lube?
I wish you would just ring up my stuff without all the questions.
I heard there are millions of uses for that stuff.
I only have one.
Have you ever tried playing a naked game of Twister all covered in this stuff?
Can't say that I have.
This stuff will really help to get you out of a tight spot. Or into one, if you know what I mean. Huh?
Are you almost finished?
Just waiting for the bag boy.
Igor?
And don't forget that my lube comes in 1 ounce, 5 ounce, 1 pint, and 1 gallon sizes. So you can feel free to try out that naked twister thing.
Uh-huh. Now see, I told you.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
In your face from outer space. Outer space. Outer space. You're listening to Alien X Radio.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Decaffeinated Hot Dogs, the Frankfurters that contain absolutely no caffeine. Of course, our regular hot dogs don't contain any caffeine either, so we have to add caffeine and then remove it, so that it truly is decaffeinated. Sure, Ed's Decaffeinated Hot Dogs cost a lot more than other brands, but no other luncheon meat producer goes to so much trouble to provide you with wieners that don't even have a speck of caffeine. So pick up a dozen or more packages of Ed's Decaffeinated Hot Dogs today. And while you're at it, why not try some of our new aspirin-free bologna?
Keep it up, rock the house.
Warning. Continued usage may cause the uncontrollable desire to wash your ears out with soap. You have been beamed aboard and you are now inside the mothership with Alien Stone. Out of this world entertainment is now in your face from outer space.
You guys kick ass.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. You're inside the mothership as we scream through the galaxy, or at least talk really loud in the back row of the movie theater, pissing everybody off. But we're traveling at twice redunculous speeds as we broadcast from the other side of Planet Chaos directly into your Vajir holes, warping your mind as well as space and time. Warping space and your mind inside the mothership. Anyway, folks, I did promise you more music coming up for the Vajir holes, as well as part 2 of Greatest American Zeros. The part 2 and the only part 2, just a few questions in history. And there was going to be a part 3 and a part 4. And I know I recorded part 3, but it has vanished from the hard drive years ago. I don't know where it is. And so we never got to part 4. But that's okay, because part 1 and part 2 stand on their own as one, like half, I guess. I don't know what you said. Whatever. Blah, blah, blah. It's coming up. Anyway, in the meantime, music for the Vajir holes. Back in the day, the old Vinny and the Alien days, we had some friends of ours in the studio by the name of a band by the name of The Flu. And no, just because we had the flu doesn't mean that we actually got sick. No. The band is called The Flu. They were in studio and they did a live performance of a song called The Light. And here it is inside the mothership, Alien X Radio, UG Media.
I saw you the other day, and I knew I couldn't stay. Feelings from the past return, of how it all just slipped away. Walking in the pouring rain, watching the clouds clear away. I know one day I will be okay. The sun is healing me today. Struggled out of bed today. It's then I knew I wasn't okay. Fighting through memories of pain. Then the light washed it all away. I'm walking in the pouring rain, felt alright. And all my pain it washed away. When it was myself I forgave. When I love myself, I love myself. I forgave myself and loved myself. I forgave myself and loved myself. Oh, dancing with 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 myself.
Excuse me, sir. There's been a little problem in the cockpit.
The cockpit? What is it?
It's the little room in the front of the plane where the pilots sit.
Come on, honey, just a little bit closer. You're the thing that I want the most of. You make my walls come crashing down. There was no one else around to hear them fall. No one at all. Come on, honey, just a little bit closer. You're the thing that I want the most of. You pull me up just to drag me down. You've dragged me down till you've got me lying on the ground. My heart just pounds. You start me out like a cigarette. You start me out again. You start me out like a cigarette. You start me out, oh, start me out, oh, start me out again. Come on, honey, just a little bit closer. You're the thing that I want the most of. Thunder in my boots, lightning in your wheels. When you meet the devil, I know you'll make a deal with electric steel. Your fate is sealed. You start me out like a cigarette. You start me out again. You start me out like a cigarette. You start me out, oh, start me out, oh, start me out. You're cold.
brains either going in or coming out of my ass.
You trash! Outside, I see something ain't right. You fucked up this time. Gone. Too late to run the other way. Your face will never be the same. Cyclops now remains your name. Our man-made team. Our man-made team. Our man-made team.
This is the peak hour for stoned teenagers. Broadcasting directly into your brain. The gravitational plates are gravitating, the inertia canceller is canceling, and the deflector array is deflecting.
Excuse me?
You have been beamed aboard, and you are now inside the mothership with Alien Stone. To answer just a few questions.
And folks, it is that time once again to answer just a few questions. And we're going to be answering a lot of questions because we left you with a lot of questions last week.
The whole show's a lot of questions.
Yes, indeed. So,
all right.
Now, normally my Just a Few Questions has Just a Few Questions, page number 1, page number 2, page number 3, and lightning strikes. So today I do not have a lightning strikes, but yet somehow I have 5 pages.
Oh, wow.
So we have Just a Few Questions, the review, Just a Few Questions 1, 2, 3, and something else.
I'm beginning to wish I bought more beer.
Now, better hurry up and run.
See, the problem, your beer's not strong enough because you're pronouncing it beer.
Beer, that's how we speak it. B-E-R, sir.
Right.
Proper the Queen's English, sir. The Queen's English.
Right. See, when you say beer, then it's a little stronger. But you got to pee a lot more. I'm just saying.
B-E-E-R, beer.
Gotcha. So, I'm just going to go ahead and get into this, man. Let me load in the proper sound effects here and get to
question number 1.
Question number 1. Last week, our heroes while cactus spotting and camping, their cactus spotting and camping trip was interrupted by an alien visit. They were given 2 ability enhancement suits and told that they will need to right Earth's wrongs to avoid an intergalactic wrecking ball. When we left our heroes, they had finally begun to understand how to operate the suits. After accidentally switching the instructions to the tones and clicks of the Glacarian ministry, they became useless. So, with a bit of trial and error, it was determined that hand gestures were the key. Here is a quick review of the suits and the abilities you have already discovered. D-Unit is wearing a vinyl green leisure suit with orange lapels and a monocle. Martin of MAD is wearing a yellow spandex unitard with a pair of feathered Elton John glasses. So far, you have been able to unlock the following abilities with these hand gestures. The paper sign is flight. Scissors is speedrunning. Rock forces someone to vigorously masturbate. You all right there, Martin?
I am, yeah, no, I'm all right, I'm good.
I don't want you to choke to death, man.
I'm trying to recover from a few moments ago when you said the anal vault, and I was just leaking everywhere, so I'm trying to still recover.
He popped it out, and now he's got to recover. Okay, so the peace sign pokes someone's eyes out, Three Stooges style. Thumbs up gets your sex partner to upgrade from a 69 to a 71. The talk to the hand symbol erects a force field in front of you. The metal horns forces someone to start headbanging until they black out or their neck breaks. Directional pointing teleports what you're pointing at to teleports you to where you're pointing at. The Spock symbol turns bullies into nerds, and the middle finger makes everyone aware of that person's absurd ideas and actions. And of course, the shocker gives you smelly fingers. Okay? So, after a bit of practice...
That was the... Never mind.
After a bit of practice...
Do you want me to say it again? Sweet and sour.
Gives you a little bit of a sweet and sour smell, a two-toned aroma. And after a bit of practice, our heroes looked at each other and said, okay, now what?
Oh, man.
And that brings us to...
question number 1.
Question number 1.
Walk around the street and just giving everybody the shocker all day.
Just so you keep, when it wears off, shocker again. Keep yourself electrified. So question number 1, now that we are beyond preparation. So, you are each zipped up in your own side of the tent. You might need to get... Wow, I am bad at reading today. You might need to get to the whole saving the planet thing in the morning, so you got to get some sleep. While you are still very wound up from the evening's events, you reach for your phone and head for your favorite porn site. Who goes to which site, by the way? Who goes to YouPorn and who goes to Pornhub? You got to pick.
I'm not telling you, Jack.
I'll do the Pornhub.
You'll do the Pornhub. Okay, so D-Unit's the Pornhub, so that automatically means YouPorn is going to be Martin of Mad. Sorry.
The UK does the YouPorn.
UK YouPorn. There you go. So.
That's my theory, at least.
Obviously, even among porn sites, this world is very divided. We are not the same. So, as before, your chosen video, just before your chosen video gets to the part shown in the Windows preview, the screen goes to static. At first, you think it's just your phone or your chosen video, but you hear, "What the hell?" come from the other side of the tent, so you know that something's going on, right?
Happened in his there.
So, just then, Gonzo Headroom appears on the screens. It's a message from the visitors. They have 4 tasks for you to choose from. What will you take on as your very first mission? Number 1. There is a species of mammal on your planet you call whale. You must put an end to the hunting and killing of these creatures. They are more important to your world than you are aware. B. Your people have been unable or unwilling to dismantle your weapons of mass destruction. You must rid your planet of all its nuclear weapons. You cannot win a nuclear war. We painfully learned this lesson on our own world over 1,000 years ago. C. Your world's reality is manipulated and warped by lies and greed. The power-hungry and corrupt leaders have driven you all to the brink of madness. You must eliminate these architects of deceit. Or D. Make the parking lot bigger at Tim Hortons so the drive-thru won't wrap around the building and out into the traffic, impeding traffic. We'll start with you, Sir Martin of Mad.
Well, I'm hell-bent on the destruction of Earth, so even though all the others are good, I'm going to go with D.
You're going to go with D. Because remember, if it gets destroyed, they're going to put it in a Starbucks anyway. So
Exactly, yeah,
if you destroy the Tim Hortons, who cares, right? Because it's going to be replaced by Starbucks. One expensive coffee replaced by another. And Mr. D-Unit. Which one would you want to do first?
What was the second one?
Your people have been unable or unwilling to dismantle your nuclear weapons.
See, the whale thing's got me thinking. Because maybe, the whales communicating, their little high-pitched little thing. They're talking with aliens and stuff like that.
Okay, I know where this is going. So, D, have you ever watched any of the Star Trek movies?
What's really funny is I wrote all of this, and when I was done, I went back through and read them and realized that every single one of these parodies a completely different movie. So yes, that pretty much is the plot of one of the Star Trek movies. Go back in time and save the whales. Or you just got to save the whales today.
I'm gonna go with the weapons of mass destruction.
You're going to eliminate those weapons of mass destruction first.
Yeah.
Well, that's boring.
That's fine.
Boring. All right.
I'm not worried about the whales at this point now, because now you guys got me thinking of Star Trek.
Yeah, dude, you're trying to guess where this is going. There's no way of guessing where this is going.
I know, right?
Yeah, well, there's your first mistake.
That's right. So, you know what? I'm just following Martin's suit on this one. I'm just going to go with my man, Martin. We're supposed to be on the team anyway. Superhero sidekick. I don't know who's who.
So you're both just going to make the parking lot bigger?
Yeah.
Both of us are each other's sidekicks.
All right. Okay.
He can handle his on his side of the pond, and I'll handle mine on this side of the pond.
And now this is the only way you could ever prepare for just a few questions, because I gave you a little heads up on this one. The bonus question is, Clark Kent is Superman, Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and Bruce Wayne is Batman. So what name will you go by? Sir Martin of Bad.
I am Glam Feather, because of the glasses and the feathers.
Glam Feather. He is Glam Feather. And that's how he will say it every time he answers the room. I am Glam Feather.
And the fact that I'm in a budgie suit as well, which is quite awkward with the budgie smuggler.
Behold my codpiece.
Exactly. It stuns the enemy for at least 2 minutes in disgust.
Behold my codpiece and disco balls.
I was just going to go with D-Pimpin'.
D-Pimpin'. D-Pimpin'.
Nice.
Good.
You know?
I'm with that.
Ow.
Dear.
Drop my pen. Great radio when you drop your pen. So, Glam Feather and D-Pimpin' are our heroes.
D-Pimpin'!
And I know this is crazy. This is crazy that I'm just now hitting this, but that brings us to...
Question number 2.
Question number 2! Question number 2! Okay. Just like in everything else, you were given a choice, but not really.
Right?
The visitors did not give you a list to choose from, but a honey-do list. And they must all be done. So, now that all the coffee-addicted zombies are out of the street, and people who actually know how to brew their own coffee at home can get to work, you flip the Spock symbol at all of the whaling ships, turning those bullies into nerds. And as nerds do, they started researching and looking for ways to communicate with the ancient sea creatures rather than murdering them and turning them into soap and lubricants. That's what Igor's Lube is for. Look for it like Igor's Lube on Facebook or at www.igorslube.com.
Shameless plug, but excellently.
It's not shameless. I'm very ashamed. I'm very ashamed.
Brilliant.
Now it's time to go nuclear.
Nuclear?
How will you rid the world of its nuclear weapons? A, your first choice is make appointments to speak with the world leaders and hold international conferences to discuss the world's economic and human rights benefits to a nuclear weapon-free society. Then begin to build an agreement to systematically dismantle the physical missiles and weapon centers over an agreed length of time, while allowing transparency and international inspectors access to all areas of interest with or without advance notice. B, fly around the world directionally pointing at all of the missiles and then pointing at the sun to teleport them off the planet, hoping that the international nuclear missile silo map that you got on eBay is correct and complete. Or C, give the world... What? Why is the word... There's a whole word in here that doesn't belong here. Give the world leaders an ultimatum. Eliminate your nuclear weapons or we will rock you.
Oh.
And you'll all be too busy masturbating to push the button. There's also a wild card answer, and this time, the unit. We will make you masturbate.
So, here's what we're going to do. Okay, I got this one all
He's
thought.
going to assemble an answer.
Okay, I'm assembling the answer. We're going to combine them all together on this one.
Okay.
So you're going to like this.
Okay.
So we're going to assemble a...
Did I mention there's a wild card answer?
You probably did, but that's fine.
Okay, just making sure you know. I always forget that.
I'm using I make up my own answer.
I'm with you. Let's do this.
So we're going to assemble a meeting where we get all the world leaders in one great big room.
For sure.
Okay. So that way...
So that's part of A.
Yup. Okay. That way... and when they're in there, then I'm going to give them the "We Will Rock You" sign, so
Hit
they
'em all.
are.
So you don't have to go around all of them.
Exactly, they're all
We
right
Will Rock
there.
You one time.
Okay, and because I'm the super guy, and that's when I'm going to go to all their places, point to their missiles, put them up in the sun, get them all going away, go bye-bye, and then tell everybody thank you for coming today. Please tip the wait staff. There's a complimentary bottle of Igor's Lube and the chafing butter for your way out.
Yeah, they're going to need that too.
Exactly.
Because you're going to be taking they're going to be there a while.
Yes.
You know.
What do they call that? A consolation prize? Igor's care package?
Yeah.
Dude. For for Father's Day.
Oh, Father's Day.
We can build your own Igor's Care gift.
There you go.
Okay. That's for another time, though. But that's what I'm going to do.
So that's your answer?
Yes!
Okay, Sir Martin of Mad, A, B, C, or the wild card?
I'm going to go with the wild card answer, please, sir.
The wild card answer is utilize the shocker and deploy a daily simulated Dirty Sanchez on all the world leaders until they agree to launch their nuclear weapons arsenal into the sun.
Sold!
Every day you go, shocker, stink. Shocker, stink. Shocker, stink. Eventually, all day.
Having it all.
We have to change the name, though, when you use it on the guy at China, though, because he'll be like, I like. Just saying.
Sweet and tangy.
Sweet and shower. Oh, sweet and shower. Take a shower, because now it's sweet and shower. And the wild card answer that you just chose, that was that one. Anyway, the bonus question is what I meant to say. The bonus question is, if you had to use the we will rock you method, what would be the biggest issue? A, dehydration, or B, mopping up later?
Mopping up later.
Mopping up later.
Right, I'm sure they all have bottles of water. They'll be okay. They can rehydrate, you know what I'm saying? But there's going to be a bit of a cleanup on aisle 7 and 9 and 12.
Or at least if they see worst case scenario is if they do it and they actually short the button in the process, which sends out the nuclear missiles in anyway.
What a mess.
just throwing that out there.
Man, premature.
Premature tic-tac-toe there.
Their missiles just go off prematurely.
Premature missile ejaculation, missile inauguration. Boom!
Bringing us to...
Question number 3.
Question number 3. Question number 3. Traffic is moving, the whales are safe, and the world is free of nuclear weapons. Yeah! That was the easy part.
Oh.
Now you must face a new level of enemy. They are of supervillain level, as they are both dastardly and diabolical. Remember, they need to be both those to be a supervillain. These people are both. The two main ingredients of a supervillain. So, they band together and will be referred to as the architects of deceit. They are made up of elected and appointed government officials, along with various news and social media outlets. This seems like an enormous task. How will you defeat such a vast and powerful army? A, the we will rock you technique? By the way, I'm going to tell you whether or not it will work if you answer it, and I'll tell you why it will or will not work. So the we will rock you technique? B, make videos and documentaries that expose their plot for world domination? C, paper flight to Washington, D.C., scissor run up to the Capitol steps, we will rock you to the guards, walking past them as they whack themselves silly, directional point the main chamber doors and teleport them down the hall, step into the room, and give everybody the finger.
Give everyone the shocker.
Just like that, everybody will see that they are full of crap and vote them out of power during the next election. Which will it be? We'll still go with Sir Unit of D. Which is it going to be, man?
I think it was...
We will rock you.
Can we do like the shocker and the middle finger? Like one on one hand and one on the other?
Sure.
Can we do like double?
Yeah, just so you can have some smell in the room.
Right.
Yeah. A little ambiance.
Exactly.
Like a scented candle burning in the background. For mood.
Someone brought Gwyneth Paltrow.
So you're saying C,
I'm going
with a shocker on the other hand.
Yeah, exactly.
The left-handed shocker.
Ooh.
That means you don't know if it's going to be 2 in the pink and 1 in the stinker, or vice versa.
Oh.
Wow.
Like Spanish Inquisition. No,
I guess it would also depend on
Spanish Inquisition. See, I was throwing them in there.
If we're in the UK, that's how they do it in the UK, isn't it?
They flip it. They flip it in the UK.
They're always on the opposite sides, right?
All right. That's just science.
Wagga,
There's no way
wagga.
around that.
I'm totally just kidding.
That's science. There's no way around
Mad
that.
Martin.
But it's true, though. It's true.
See? Yes! Finally got one right.
So you're doing both. So what were you doing, Sir Martin, on the bad?
Struth. Well, I would go with the with the latter, but yeah, the both is pretty cool.
To do what now?
Both.
All three, you mean? It's the We Will Rock You, make videos and documentaries, or...
Oh, no. The three with the middle finger and the shocker.
Oh, okay, I kept saying all that. Okay. So the reason why, if you had chosen A, it would have been no, that wouldn't work, because that was the We Will Rock You technique. And nope, the government officials have been around so very long that most of those parts don't work anymore. Okay, so they won't be able to do anything down there. Just be like flaccid swinging back and forth. It'd be more like spanking a rope. I don't know. It'd be awful.
They're all soulless, emotionless creatures.
Exactly. It's a dead snake and he's bad.
Spanking.
That's why they want to shaft everyone else, because they can't do it themselves.
That's right. And making videos and documentaries that expose their plot for world domination.
Nobody got time for that.
That won't work anyway, because who will see them after the media outlets delete and block you and remove the truth? So that won't work either.
They're doing a regular.
Nobody got time for that.
So my answer would have been C, and all you did was add the shocker, so ding, 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 y'all win.
Yeah.
But question number 2 continues.
Uh-oh.
Without government support, the news outlets run away or go back to reporting the truth. But the social media giants are still a threat. After taking a break for tacos and lemonade, you discover another of the suit's abilities. If you make a hand shadow puppet, the puppet will jump up off of the wall and become a temporary sidekick in battle. This is great because, as you know, nothing is more terrifying to a social media coding technician than an army of bunny-head shadow puppet warriors. All the social media minion were of no challenge. But now you face the ultimate supervillain, Emperor Zuckerberg, of the Facebook Intellectual Enforcement Ministry. This will be the battle that saves or destroys the world as you know it. The ominous emperor stands before you, pale-faced and without emotions. He speaks. I knew this day would come. I will not allow my absolute power to be diluted by the like of you and something as trivial as the truth. And now you will die. And that brings us to the final battle against Emperor Zuckerberg. Just then, Emperor Zuckerberg begins deleting your posts and videos. He claims copyright and community standards violations, but has no evidence and offers you no way to show your own in defense. This makes for a weak tactic. What will you do to respond? Given the government official, the finger seemed to work, so you try that at first. The emperor looks right at your finger and laughs. Why do you think this has no effect on him? A, he has already encapsulated you in a shield of otherwise known as Facebook jail, so no one can see you giving him the finger or even your latest cat video. Or B, his fact checkers protect him with a BS bubble. It converts and manipulates and bounces back the information, making to his zombies, making it look like you're the crazy person. So which is the reason do you think?
Second one.
So his fact checkers protect him with a BS bubble that converts, manipulates, and bounces back information, making his zombie army of followers think that you are the crazy one.
Yep.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Is it also not too far from the truth?
No, there's no truth to just a few questions ever. We don't do that. So, you both answered that one. So quickly, start creating as many shadow puppets. Start creating as many shadow puppet sidekick warriors as you can. but they all disappear as they approach the Emperor's dark soul. He again laughs, saying, "A shadow cannot exist in the darkness of my existence." He then begins deleting your family photos and memories. Maybe you can hit him up. Maybe you can hit him with the devil horns. You know, break the fool's neck. So you both try it. Also, has no effect. Why do you think he is immune to the devil horns? Is it A, his Facebook algorithms filter out music and copywritten material? If you do not own the rights to the material, you cannot use it on the Emperor or on Facebook, on the Facebook ministry. Or B, Emperor Zuckerberg has never heard of music.
B.
Smart enough man says it. He's never heard of music.
I'm going with B too.
B. He never heard of music. He's like, I don't know what this is. It has no effect on me. My brain can't even calculate what it is. Okay, so nothing seems to be working. What will you do? Oh, excuse me. This is like a script now. What will you do? Martin shouts, "What if we cross the streams?" You know, like in Ghostbusters. D-Unit yells, "But didn't Egon say that would be bad?" Martin says, "Bad means good, right?" D-Unit says, "Only when it is. Let's do this." So you each toss up the devil horns and then cross wrists, making the double X devil horns. What happens? A, nothing. He deletes your Facebook accounts and the aliens bulldoze the entire planet. The end. Or B, a crack of thunder echoes. A hole opens in the clouds above. A storming rainbow gleams from within. Dio slides down the rainbow and with a screaming high note conjures a lightning bolt and launches it at the Emperor's nutsack, turning him into a genderless zombie, thereby releasing the planet from the grip of the architects of deceit and freeing the people that inhabit it. At least for another 2 weeks, because money talks and that Starbucks is still coming. So nothing, he deletes your Facebook accounts and that's it? That's the end of it? Or you at least get a couple more weeks by conjuring Dio from a cloud in the sky?
I'm going with the Dio thing.
The Dio thing.
Wow. Okay, so I had a thing of while you're talking about it, so my mind has now changed. Now we're up against the Zuck. My thought was, now you mentioned the crossing the devil horns, which makes a shadow which looks like a face of Cthulhu, which summons the creeping chaos, which is the backing band for Dio, and because the Zuck has never heard music, puts him into a meltdown, see where I'm going with here, and destroys him, along with the...
Yeah! That's exactly what happens! That is exactly what happens. And then a great artist airbrushes it on the side of a van in 1975.
Exactly.
We had this conversation earlier on in the week.
Kind of. And ladies and gentlemen, that has been Just a Few Questions.
Just a few questions.
you thought it couldn't possibly get any better, AlienCast just took it to a whole new level. Our award-winning high-speed dial-up is now twice as fast on our all-new next-gen 1G LTE network, complete with Wi-Fi. We're talking fast. Check your status. Download an app. Even send an email. All in less than 15 minutes with our blazing fast network. Thanks to our new blistering speeds, you can download your favorite song in under an hour most of the time. Just pick up one of our free install CDs from any area Radio Shack location and get started with high-speed 1G LTE dial-up today. AlienCast.
AlienCast.
Out of this world internet, down to earth prices.
Me and my lady want to get busy tonight. What do you recommend?
Igor's Lube.
I got my fist stuck in a gravy boat. Any ideas on how I can get it out?
Igor's Lube.
The hinges on my cabinet doors are squeaky. What should I use?
Igor's Lube.
I got dry, flaky elbows.
Igor's Lube.
Okay, but what if I'm being held hostage by a supervillain in an underground lair with a ticking time bomb and only seconds left until detonation? What would save me then, huh?
Igor's Lube.
That's right. Everything is smoother with Igor's Lube.
Igor's Lube. Get some today and get some tomorrow.
Are you tired of going to funerals and seeing the bodies of your enemies, nemesis, and frenemies prematurely decomposing before you get a sucker punch in? I know, frustrating, right? Since you're the kind of person who likes to get the last word in, or in this case, get the last flying elbow in, the next time it's time to put someone you know and hate in the ground and get some payback, do it right with quality formaldehyde like Fred's formaldehyde. With Fred's, the corpse of that person you hate oh so much will stay fresh and together longer, giving you ample time to throw fruit, vegetables, or even have sex with his wife right there in front of the casket. Fred's formaldehyde, giving you guaranteed vengeance on the not so dearly departed.
Feel Good Firing's the place to call when you really want to make yourself feel big by firing somebody. We provide you with an unsuspecting loser who you can hire, then turn around and fire. But Feel Good Firing services go beyond just satisfying your little hissy fits. We'll give you someone you can pin the blame on the next time you spend the whole company payroll on hookers and blow. So when you screw up, don't take the blame. Just pass the buck. Call Feel Good Firings and we'll take the blame, the shame, and the indictments away.
All right, everybody. I am Alien Stone. Thank you for joining me today for Inside the Mothership on Alien X Radio / UG Media. We've been rocking and rolling and screaming through the galaxy. You're talking really loud in the back row of the movie theater, pissing everybody off. During the hey, we've been doing the spoiler alerts. That's what we've been doing. Wait till the movie starts and then just scream out who the killer is and then leave. That's what we do around here. No, that's not what we do around here. We point out idiocy, stupidity, and humorous things. We play music at the local level from around the world. Worldwide local music. Huh. Can I trademark that, please? Thanks. Anyway, folks, we are just about out of time here for this week's episode of Inside the Mothership. Again, my name is Alien Stone. What have we learned today, folks? What have we learned? We've learned that despite the fact that Liam and Olivia have consistently been the #1 names chosen for the last 6 years in a row, the dope pope from Chicago still chose Leo. Why? Because that one was already chosen 13 times, and 14 times is the charm. Oh, that's right. Anyway, folks, until next time, this is Alien Stone saying peace and love.
FCC, you know what that means?
Yeah, it means Federal Communications Commission. They can drive around and triangulate wherever the hell a radio signal is coming from.
Yeah, so fuck it, right?
We at the FCC feel that democracy is all about protecting the rights of the ordinary citizen. Unregulated radio would result in programming of the lowest common denominator, the rule of the mob.
Shall we have a look at these files? Or shall we discuss the identity of our DJ friend?
Lilu Dallas Multipass.
Yeah.
Multipass.
Leela and Multipass. You know this is Multipass. Lilu Dallas, my wife. We're newlyweds. Just met. You know how it is. Bump into each other, sparks happen. Yeah, she knows it's a Multipass. Yeah, anyway, we're in love.
Miss Multipass.